have our murder.
Danganronpa.
Just to make things clear. Last night, I was attacked by someone wearing a mask. Are we summarizing this again? And whoever that was, now they're... I don't know why, but now they're laying dead in front of me. I told you, there's a corpse hanging out here.
No way!
Are they really dead? Is this really a dead body?
What?
You need to begin looking around right away. However, be ever so careful. There's no telling what you might find. I guess we'll look at the body. We need to find out who this actually is. But there's no way to tell with the mask covering their face like that. And the white coat they're wearing makes it impossible to tell anything about the body itself. The victim is a total mystery. But one thing I do know is that whoever this is, they attacked me last night in my room. But why? How did they wind up dead in here? Their heart isn't beating, and they're not breathing. All signs of life have come to a complete stop. Thanks to the knife that's been driven through their stomach, their clothes are stained a bright red. It appears the bleeding has stopped, but the blood that's there is still wet. Be careful you don't touch it and get some on you. How can you be so calm at a time like this? Who is it? Their face and body are all hidden, so I don't have a clue. I'm pretty sure it's a girl, at least. Huh? How can you tell? Well, I think I see the outline of her chest and just the general shape of her body. Yeah, the more I look, the more I'm sure it's a girl. Really? Then it could be... Okay, then! Let's just tear the mask clean off!
Come on.
Wait, don't! But by the time he called out, it was already too late. Toko's hand shot out toward the mask. And in the next instant... Whoa! There was a blinding light and a deafening roar. The body blew up. It 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 blew up. My vision started to darken. I prepared to pass out. But then... Hurry up. Put out the fire. As my consciousness attempted to float away, that voice reached up and pulled it back down to earth. Someone pressed something into my hands. It was a bucket of water. Come on, dump the water on it. Okay. The upper half of the body was on fire. I took aim and tossed the water as hard as I could. Sploosh. Thankfully, that was enough to put out the fire. It died down, leaving behind only the unpleasant smell of burning. I guess that took care of it. Oh, but what the hell, man? It exploded?
What did you
I
say?
had a bad feeling about the body, but I never imagined it would explode. And now the body... What? It's burned to a crisp! That's beyond well done, man! Don't compare it to a steak! I'll never be able to eat steak again! But now that the body's charred, I really have no idea. How are we gonna find out who it was? Who isn't here right now? Huh? If we consider who's not here, that will quickly narrow down who it must be. Well, there's only one person missing. It's Kyoko. Kyoko? Aw, man, now I'm gonna have to read that note. I really liked her. Then that dead body is Kyoko? No, that can't be right. Calm down, I didn't say it was Kyoko. But I mean, who else? There is one other person.
In other words...
The Mastermind. What? The Mastermind?
What the heck?
Come on, there's no way the Mastermind got charbroiled. Get serious! I agree, normally the idea wouldn't be worth considering. But I have reason to believe it may be true. The Mastermind being dead would explain that other matter, wouldn't it? Monokuma can hardly move around if its master is dead, right? But... that corpse is a girl, right? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, remember what Alter Ego said? So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned this all out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now.
What the heck?
He said the mastermind is some middle-aged dude, right? Which the corpse obviously isn't. Could that mean the mastermind isn't the headmaster? Is it the teenage girl Kyoko told me about? The ultimate despair?
Huh?
What? Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student at Hope's Peak.
What?
What are you talking about? The other day, Kyoko confided in me. She said there was a 16th student here in the school.
What?
I think you'd better tell us everything you know. Well, all Kyoko told me was...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this
For the
school.
5th time we see this scene.
The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
It sounded like Kyoko thinks Mukuro Ikusaba is the mastermind. No, the headmaster isn't the mastermind. I'm sure of that. What? I don't have proof yet, but I have no doubt I'm right.
I see.
There's another student here, and it's a female, that would match the body's characteristics. And that phrase, the ultimate despair, it sounds super mastermindy, doesn't it?
Could it be?
Okay, so the mastermind is this girl Mukuro, and she's a student here, and she's the ultimate despair? But if she's been hiding here in the school like some teenage Bigfoot, how'd she wind up burnt to a crisp? None of this makes any sense. Just suddenly show up and then die? I think we'd better take a closer look at the body. There may be some clues to help us figure out exactly who it is. Hey, wait!
What?
Aren't we forgetting something? You know, Toko? Oh yeah, she totally got blown up, right? Oh, forget about her. I'm sure the explosion vaporized her. She survived. Oh, she survived. What just happened? Master?
Stop talking.
You declared for the whole world to hear that you would never again inhale a single molecule of oxygen. Oh, then I don't mind breathing in the carbon dioxide you exhale. That's enough for me to live. No, it really isn't.
What the heck?
This is the strangest back and forth I have ever seen. It made me forget my accent. Alright, let's start with the body again. Unless it's gonna blow up again. I should take a close look at the body one more time. Watch yourself, Makoto. She may be dead, but she's still a girl. Don't worry, I don't plan on touching the body all that much. What have we learned from Kyoko? Stop being so squeamish and just do an autopsy. I'm not Kyoko, after all. Yes, much to the chagrin of everyone here. Okay, so we've got a satanic tattoo. Hold on, there's something on the ground there. I guess I have to pick up this key first. There's something next to the body. It's a key? Is it what Kyoko took from Monokuma? But what did you steal?
So...
I stole this. A key? But looking at it, I can tell it wasn't just any key. It was shaped like Monokuma. It was probably the only key of its kind on Earth. That's right, the key she stole was shaped like Monokuma. This isn't anything like that. Then, this key is...
What?
What is it? Did you find something? Yeah, this was on the ground near the body. I've never seen this key before. What could it possibly go to? So even you don't know then? Makoto, I'm going to give you a very important task. Huh?
I see.
That key might give you access to certain areas we thought were locked. You mean
So in other
the
words...
biolab, the data center, the headmaster's room, and the dorm rooms on the second floor. It's in your hands. So I'm your errand boy now? No, we want to be the one to investigate this. Alright, I guess we'll check the biolab first, because it's right here. Oh, wait a minute. Indulge me here, I'm going into the blood room. Okay, I can't go in the blood room, but look. So, I just thought of something. You know how I keep saying I think this is Season 2, and this is the room where everyone in Season 1 died? I just remembered, way back when we booted this game up, there was a cutscene of Monokuma putting somebody in a rocket ship and shooting them through the roof. It looked an awful lot like an execution. Well, we didn't know what that was at the time. But the person in the rocket, we've never met them. Just some random kid. We don't know. I think that's a Season 1 execution that we saw for some reason. And it's gonna come into it. Just wait. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Alright, let's go in the biolab. The biolab was definitely locked before. Not even close to fitting. Alright, I didn't really think that would work because this is a very, computer-y key. So I'm actually gonna try the 4th floor. So I think this goes into the data center door. Just on a hunch. The door to the data center was definitely locked before. Okay, let's give it a shot. When I went to insert the key I'd found in the garden into the keyhole, it fits! And this is the key to the data center. I'd managed to unlock the data center. I guess all that running around paid off. I have to go tell everyone else. I immediately headed back to the garden. No, go in first. It's gonna be locked when we get back. So, you're back. How did it go? Excuse me. I found out which room the key goes to. It's the data center down on the 4th floor. Well, then we can get into the data center now?
I see.
Interesting. But why did the now deceased have a key on them? Have that key on them? I suppose we'll just have to go to the data center and find out. Yeah, I think you're right. Here we are. Looks like the door is still unlocked. Hey, so when you open that door, there's not going to be another huge kaboom like before, right? You're asking that question now? Don't worry, we have Makoto. What?
In other words...
It's in your hands. Again? It means I trust you. That's an absolute lie. I'm just being used. Or whatever. I want to go in anyway. I reached out and put my hand on the door. I closed my eyes and tried to clear my mind. With a silent prayer, I slowly opened the door. Nothing happened. After making sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes. Ooh, a door with Monokuma on it. In a word... Oh, this is where the morning announcements were filmed. That computer there in the swivel chair. The room was... strange. It's not that weird, it's a security room. I mean, all the rooms till now were strange, but this room had a special kind of strangeness. It wasn't surface fear like the rest of the school. Here, the fear was lurking beneath the surface. The room was filled with that kind of dread. What? Hey, that's... Hiro extended a trembling hand and pointed. Look at all those monitors on the wall. Look what they're showing. Each monitor displayed a different section of the school. The dorms, the classrooms, every part of the school was covered. This is...
What?
It's the direct feed from every single surveillance camera. All the cameras in the school feed back to this room. And they're displayed here on these monitors.
So that's it.
So, the sole purpose of this room is to watch us. To watch us? Then this room is...
It's all clear now.
The Mastermind's private room, without a doubt. The Mastermind's room? I guess that makes sense. So, the Mastermind was here. Watching us. Then I think this settles it. Huh? The body in the garden? If they had the key to this room, it can only mean one thing. That was the body of Mukuro Ikusawa, and she was the Mastermind. Then the Mastermind is dead? Like, really, really dead? It would seem so. What? For serious? It's too bad they had to go and die before Master could kill them himself. The Mastermind is dead? Could that really be true? Does that mean it's all over? Because, I mean, that body... Whatever happened, they obviously didn't die a natural death. So who was that? But... if the Mastermind really is dead, well, that means we can finally get out of this hellhole.
How about that?
We gotta hurry up and find the exit, come on!
That's enough.
No, we have to check this area thoroughly first. Oh, but what about the exit? If the mastermind really is dead, we can leave whenever we decide to. But right now, we need to find out why the mastermind set up this whole life or death game in the first place. And I'm bothered by the fact that the mastermind was obviously murdered. Murdered? So you think so too, huh?
Naturally.
I don't understand how Yasuhiro doesn't think a person being stabbed in the chest counts as murder. The state of the corpse makes it plain as day. There is absolutely no doubt. The mastermind was murdered.
But
Why's it gotta be that way? I mean, who could have even done it?
such ignorance.
That's exactly why I said we need to investigate the purpose and identity of the mastermind.
I'm telling you.
Now do you understand, you useless insect? You're banned from talking to Master ever again! The mastermind's purpose, and why they were killed. This room may very well hold the answers to those questions. After all, the mastermind must have spent who knows how much time here. Okay then, let us begin our search. It's time to uncover the identity of the mastermind. Alright, well let's start with this obviously Monokuma door. This door's kind of creepy. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. What could be inside? No luck. The door's locked, huh? What if you used that key that opened this room? Well, let's give it a try, just in case. Nope, no good. It won't even fit in the keyhole. Ah.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. The mastermind's dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us. Yeah, I guess you're right. I can't stop thinking about that door with Monokuma's picture on it. But worrying about it isn't going to do me any good. Hina's right. The mastermind's gone, so there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. There's a really ridiculous number of monitors here. And the mastermind's been using them to spy on all of us. As long as I have this... Huh? Look at Master go! It's like a feast for the eyes! How much is a monthly membership? Jeez, I can't believe how many monitors there are. My eyes are flickering as fast as they are. Oops, I meant to talk to Byakuya. Nothing showing up on this one. Huh? Hey, look! Next to that TV! Isn't that a TV antenna?
How about that?
It is! It's just like the one my grandma uses. It's totally one of those high-def antennas. Wait, so if we hook up that antenna, we could watch TV? Huh? Did someone say TV?
You know?
Well, well, Saturday morning Hina's here. Are you talking about me?
Okay.
Anyway, if we can watch TV, let's do it. Come on, come on, come on.
You know?
Oh, you're all starved for info from the outside world, huh? Alright, let me work my magic and you'll be quantum leaping your way into TV land before you know it. I mean, I get the reference, but what is he talking about? Can I watch it now?
Okay.
You
I guess he's working on it. Why was the mastermind murdered? To figure that out, we need to figure out the identity and the purpose of the mastermind. Yes, we do that. As much as I'm gonna regret this. Master's going around all this stuff. It's like an all-you-can-watch buffet. So, you think you can fix the TV?
You know?
Just a little longer. What, you really want to watch TV that bad? Another Saturday morning kid here. Alright, let's check this out. There's a bunch of computers all lined up. They look like high-performance PCs. Nothing like the ancient laptop Alter Ego was installed on. They're all on, but they seem to be locked. So what, we can't do anything? Just use your fighting spirit to force your way in. What century are you from? The mastermind must have been using these to monitor the network. And Alter Ego. You may be well be right about that.
What?
But there's no point in thinking about it now. You're right.
You know?
Oh. What's wrong? Good news for all you Saturday morning kiddies out there. I think I got the TV working. Really? Now all we gotta do is switch it on.
What?
Then do it. Friggin' idiot mastermind. All you guys need to cut free from your regrets of the outside world. And they were sitting here watching TV the whole time. They really thought they could get away with it? Aha! It's the feed coming from the surveillance camera monitoring this room, isn't it?
What the heck?
Yeah, that's weird.
Come on.
Season 2. Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
That's really weird. Huh. You're weird. Weird in every way possible. And not just weird, super weird. But this TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna. So how is it showing the camera feed?
Well...
Season 2. Did you try changing the channel? Season 2. Oh, good idea. Let's give that a try. Hero went through each channel one by one. But on every channel, it was just us. It was a live feed of us standing there in the data center.
What the heck?
Is it broken or something?
Could it be?
No, there must be some kind of trick to it. Some weird setup. A trick? What kind of trick?
Actually...
I'm not sure, but... Huh? Huh?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
What? What? Been a while, you friggin' bastards! Monokuma? How? You're supposed to be dead. Me? Dead? Don't be freaking stupid. Oh, you're acting kind of strange. Something seems different.
Of course.
I'm different. Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already. Not even. It's been like half a day at most. See? Season 2. Season 2, if there's been another couple of years in there. How are you alive again? Oh, yeah, that's it. The look on your faces now is sublime. That's what I wanted to see. The moment you went from hope to despair. Don't tell me you pretended to be dead all for this moment. Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You're the ones who should pretend to be dead when you see a bear. I mean, that's totally laughable. It makes me laugh. I'm gonna laugh now.
Well now.
And that's that. Well, it's almost time to cut off your past so full of hope and begin to despair at the future ahead of you. I want you all to have way more fun in this killing game. You can't be serious. We have to keep going. No, we're supposed to get out of here. Get out of here? Are you still obsessed with getting out of here? How do you not get it? There is no getting out of here. And besides,
Yep.
this life isn't all bad, you know. I mean, there's stuff you won't like about life no matter where you are. Are you serious? This place is the worst. If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair?
Well now.
Phew, I'm pooped from all that laughing. I guess I'll just get to the point now. The point?
Hey,
You guys really struck gold when you found that TV. Yes, indeed. That TV is an essential part of your school life here. What? I knew it was hiding a secret of some kind.
What the heck?
But I connected the antenna, so why is it showing us surveillance feeds? Look at how attentive they are now. Well then, I'm gonna let you in on a blood-gushing secret and tell you all about it. That TV is absolutely, without a doubt, displaying the signal coming in on that antenna.
Huh?
But what does that mean? It's displaying the signal, but it's just us standing here.
Unbelievable.
You're so stupid. Don't you get it? Fine, I'll just tell you.
Thrills,
This
chills,
killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. Yes! Season 2! Halfway confirmed! We know that it's a reality show! What?
Extreme!
This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world! It's the most popular thing on TV. It doesn't matter how many times he says it, I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I mean, even if I understood the words, I'm not sure I understand the deeper meaning. What? Broadcast live? To the entire world? What kind of bad joke is this? It can't be. Have they taken over the airwaves somehow? The camera feed is being broadcast? No way! That's impossible! That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system. You know that? All you need is one weird trick that I found, and hijacking the airwaves is easy mode. Are you being serious right now?
Of course!
I heard a kind of creaking, but the sound was coming from my own mind. Like a boat tossing in the ocean, my mind had begun to creak and groan.
Hey,
Everything has a meaning, you know. All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries, even me luring you here right now. Why would I do any of that without a reason? It was all for my captive audience, to show them true despair like they'd never seen it before. I became the director of a despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in despair entertainment.
what are you saying?
You're lying. If this was on TV, the police and everyone else would be going crazy. Yeah, there's no way they wouldn't have tried to come rescue us.
Actually,
What if they already did? Huh?
yes indeed.
But then again, it's not really any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV to try to warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Don't you think that's possible? I don't really know personally, though, so whatever.
This can't be.
But to take control of all communications like that, you'd need an astronomical amount of resources. Yup! So, how could things have come this far? Well, that's a secret! There's something you all need to do first, remember? What?
Of course!
Yeah, duh! There's the little business of... Oh, right.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Huh? Class trial? Do you mean... It goes on for a long time.
It's
I'll leave the next
trial!
right here. Everyone give it all you've got, okay?
Heart-pounding
Okay.
excitement!
Things are gonna get pretty crazy from here on out. You're in for a heck of a ride.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
And then, he was gone. Reality was incomprehensible, the truth hopelessly out of reach. All we were left with was despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. It took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's despair entertainment? And how is he still alive?
I'm sick of this.
I thought that finally we could get out of here. And plus, what did he say about a class trial?
Stop talking.
Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means is at this point, we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko. What?
What the heck?
What are you talking about? I thought Mukuro Ikusaba was the one who died. The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fulfills that condition. And if Monokuma is still alive and active, that means the mastermind, Mukuro Ikusaba, isn't dead. So, naturally, the body can't belong to her, so it must be Kyoko. There is no other possibility. The body is Kyoko's? Kyoko's been murdered? No, it's not possible. Because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. To have it end like this? I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Quiet.
Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Myself? Anyway, we'd better begin.
But...
If we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer...
That's right.
Correct. It must be someone participating in our school life. Wait, so you're saying one of us killed Kyoko? Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, no.
Huh?
But you just said...
Stop talking.
I don't have time to explain now. There is a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. So, I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. That is how this game works, after all. Well, I'd better start by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body. Could it really be Kyoko? Or... I have no choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened, or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime. Back to the garden! Monokuma file number 5. And we're back in the garden. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important, from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. Okay. In earnest. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Alright. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. Fake nails has been added to the truth bullets. Okay. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog or something. Ah! A member of Diamond Dogs! Tattoo on the right hand, okay. Well, let's see about the top half. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire, and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? I don't know, you tell me, Makoto. Alright, how about the feet? The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half was set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it, which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? How about the shoes? Can't look at that. Oh, right, the stab wound. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. It's not what I was hoping that would say. Alright, well, let's go away from the body then. These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. Fragments near the dead body. How about the knife? There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this? It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this? That's it! It's the knife that person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. So, maybe this masked person got stabbed because... when they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife? And maybe then I... And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko's the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. Okay, let's just ask these people what they saw. So, who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Wow, thanks, that was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better, too. So thank you, too. Alright, this is the sprinkler controls, right? This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. Thank you. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then if the body was here before, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet. Which would mean the murder must have taken place... after 7:30? I remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop. I count 4 chickens. Huh? 4?
Yo!
What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right? Huh? What's wrong? Well, there's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. Huh? That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
But...
I was down here before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hiro and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Alright. Byakuya. Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. Well, what do you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after the nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now, and what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? The murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all 4 of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well. But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth. I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so... Oh, that's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Hero, what do you have to say? It's 11 o'clock right now. Helpful. Okay, and...
Serious.
Ah, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should take a look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock, as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym, where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to get his pickaxe, and that's when... or get the pickaxe. And that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Ah, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. Cool, okay. Let's check the shed. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? Should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. Okay, well let's check the tarp. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside, it's totally clean and completely dry. One side of that tarp is wet and dirty. Oh, something about that bothers me. That's the one thing here that concerns me. Oh, the diamond pickaxe. That's not what I clicked on. Give me the diamond pickaxe! There's something carved into the handle of this pickaxe. Crazy diamond. It's the same thing that was written on the back of Mondo's coat. That pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. It's definitely intriguing, but now's not the time to worry about it. Okay. Well, I'll get out of the tool shed then. I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically, that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. And I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true... Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. Then I should ask Byakuya for the key.
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
What?
Limit my options?
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her room key.